Well, thank you to everyone tuning back into another CSE newly listed clip. Today, I am chatting with Alex Lineton. Alex is the CEO of P2Earn Inc. Of course, I very recently listed on the CSE. Alex, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I hope you're well today.
Yeah, no problem. Great to meet you, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. So, this is a gaming company first and foremost. And before we start talking about what the company does, why don't I get you to give us a little bit of an overview of the global gaming industry? As we were talking prior to the interview, there had been so much going on in the space. It seems like in the last couple of months, it's quieted down a little bit. So, why don't you give us your insights on what's happening globally?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, so as we know, gaming is huge globally, and Web 2 gaming is ginormous. And what we're seeing in Web 3 is the ability for players to actually own their own assets in the game. My daughter plays a lot of gaming, and I'm always paying for new skins and new assets in the game, but the game retains those assets. There's no way of getting them outside the game. What Web 3 is doing is allowing people to take assets out the game and use them for different uses. Now, in 2022, the blockchain gaming industry alone was estimated to be 4.6 billion. So, not a small industry. And all the estimations are seen for that to go massive over the next 5 years. And, people talking in excess of $55 billion gaming industry by 2027. So, it might have been quieted down a little bit, but what we've seen is the builders are building, money is flowing into the blockchain gaming building industry, and we're set to see some big games come out this year and next.
So P2Earn, this is actually one of the first publicly listed companies that uses this model. So for our viewers that are not familiar, tell us a little bit about what P2Earn does.
So P2Earning, the blockchain gaming is at the heart of it. We have a blockchain gaming guild that allows people to actually play the games and earn rewards from it. We've been running a proof of concept since February last year, so over a year now, proof of concept. And what we found is that the gamers primarily are coming from developing nations where the income is slightly lower, and their ability to play these games is limited by the fact they can't buy the NFT, which is sort of the token to play. What P2Earn Inc. does very simply is we purchase the expensive ticket to play. We then rent it to gamers for free. And I say they play and split the earnings 50-50. So, those gamers that there's abundance of, they all want to play. And we found that they're earning in excess of what their sort of average earnings would be in these countries, which is incredible, to really see.
Yeah, are you able to give us any examples of how the gamers that are using this platform are overperforming?
Yeah, sure. So, like I said, been running this proof of concept for over a year, and we've had plenty of gamers that have come through, and a lot of them have been earning well in excess of what their average earners would be in those countries. Philippines, for example, I think $14 a day is what they would earn, and we've seen players earning well in excess of that a day on a regular basis. So it really is showing on a global scale that this can scale and will be the gaming of the future.
Very interesting concept. Now, I want to talk a little bit about your background and how did you get into this space?
Yeah, sure. So, I've been in technology all my life, and in 2018, actually started Bitcoin mining from here in the UK. We set up a small Bitcoin mining operation, which we scaled. And then what we found was that energy was really expensive in the UK. So in 2021, we set up what was the company that was acquired, which was a Bitcoin mine operation in Canada, really tapping into the green energy that you guys have, the hydroelectricity power, and we ran all our Bitcoin mining on that. Fast forward to where we are now, being in that space, having some great incomes coming from the mine operation, we've then sort of moved into into Web3 and sort of, play to earn gaming was where we saw the real market moving, all the money pushing into gaming. And that's sort of where we are now.
Now, Alex, what are some of the challenges that you and your team have had to sort of overcome to get to this stage?
Well, certainly, from startup in 21 to now, the goal from the start was to become a publicly listed company, which we did back end of last year by acquisition. And the reason for that, Anil, was that we really wanted to show that we were serious about this space.
I want you to talk a little bit about your team because obviously the success of any company depends on the people that it surrounds itself with. So, talk to us a little bit about some of the talent that you guys have brought on board as well.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, our CTO Aidan, he's been in web since Web 1. He's a real geek. He loves it. He went from Web 1, he's been Web 2, and now Web 3. He's had some really successful NFT projects that did some really great things over the last couple of years. He's heading up the technology side of this project, along with, he's got 5 developers on his team, and they're really driving the tech and the build on that side. We have Chloe, who's leading our marketing side. So Chloe is she's a force to be reckoned with, really, in the marketing space. She's Forbes 30 under 30 in the UK, and she's really doing some great stuff as well. And then, as I said, we were acquired, and we brought that team that we were acquired by. We got Jesse, who's our executive chairman. I mean, Jesse's took 3 companies public. What he doesn't know about the public markets isn't worth knowing, and that was really a really key point in us making that sort of move with the acquisition. And we've got some big names that are going to be announced over the next few weeks and months that are going to really add weight to what we've got within the team.
So there is stuff down the pipe that investors and our audience members can look out for from you and your team in the coming months. Other than some new additions, is there anything else that investors should be paying attention to?
Yeah, sure. So, the customer acquisition is something we're really focusing on. As I said, the gamers are out there. Developing nations is our target market, and we're really going to be targeting those areas to bring the gamers into the platform. Along with the gamers, obviously, the games come hand in hand. Our platform sits on top of games, so signing up games, we've got a long pipeline of games that will be announcing over the next few weeks and months to coincide with that. So the gamers, the games, key personnel that are coming in. It's there's some really exciting stuff coming.
I want to talk a little bit about you mentioned the play to earn model or the P2Earn model. So what's next for you and your company in this global space?
Sure. So we've got an anticipated completion of our tech build out Q2, end of Q2 this year. And as I said, once that goes live, and the gamers there, the game's there, and the platform, the way that Aidan and his team have built it, can just scale infinitely.
Got it. Now, where can our viewers go to find more information on your platform or sign up for your upcoming press releases so they can be more educated on what this company does?
Yeah, certainly. So we've got a great website, P2Earn, number 2earn.io, social media channels, all the usual suspects. We've got an active Discord community. So yeah, all the news we post on there, so you can keep tracking us on any channel that you want.
Perfect. Now, is there anything, the last few minutes, I typically leave the floor to yourself, but is there any message that you want to put out to our audience members?
Yeah, I think the key piece to the whole model is that, Web3, as we've seen, is a very new industry, and with all new industries comes challenges. But what we've done with P2Earn is put it in the public vehicle, which there's not many companies do that.
Well said, Alex. I look forward to hosting you on, in the upcoming months as you and your team meet these milestones and add more features, so we can talk to our audience members about it. To everybody watching, you've been listening to Alex Lineton. He is the CEO of P2Earn Inc. Alex, I appreciate you taking the time to join us today and give us an introduction to the company. And we wish you and your team nothing but success as you move forward in this space.
Perfect. Thanks for your time. Great to meet you.
Cheers.